So this whole idea, like you're struggling with this thing that the world's going to fulfill you, it's like, I don't really get it. Why are you struggling with that? Nobody particularly think their life worked out so it's so wonderful and happy they don't need enlightenment, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it just sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks for everybody here, right?
Yeah. Nobody's happy.
And why should you be happy with any of this?
It sucks.
It's not happiness producing. What is it? It's just sucky ideas. It's just a bunch of sucky ideas being lived out. And living out sucky ideas produces sucky results. And what's the biggest sucky idea? That you're a separate one.
Mm-hmm.
The second sucky idea is that you're a separate one you should try to get fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third sucky idea is that you're going to do it in this world where everybody's competing for it
Mm-hmm.
at your expense. It's all sucky. So it's like when you're struggling to understand the lesson of experience, the lesson of the world, it's like, didn't you come to the guru or enlightenment just because your feeling was it was overwhelmingly sucky?
Yes.
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 So what's changed all these years? It got less sucky?
No.
No.
So it should seem like, what's so hard about this? That's the part I don't get, why you struggle with it. I really don't understand why you're struggling with that, the suckiness. Trying to pretend there's something to get. Okay, there's no guy who's willing to make you happy. He just wants what out of you?
Whatever you can get.
Whatever you can get. Whatever you're willing to donate. As soon as you stop donating, what happens?
Cut. Done with her.
It's all sucky. Why? Because it's based on sucky ideas. What are those ideas?
Get mine, fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
But you're not
Person
happy.
no one to be.
You're not happy.
You're not happy.
You got to get happy by doing what? What's the dude that's happy here?
Mm-hmm.
It's best. You can have a little pleasure in a few things here and there.
Yeah.
That's nice. But if you came here to be happy, don't come here. Go to a happy place. Where's the happiest place?
You.
All right.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to make you happy. I'm not doing anything for you to be happy. I'm not giving you anything to be happy.
You just you are.
Yeah. But I know the world sucks. Why are you acting like it doesn't suck? Why are you acting like there's still some experience that's going to fulfill you or make you happier? Why are you acting like that? You're old. You're going to just die pretty soon. You've done everything. It's not like you missed anything that you were interested in. You've done everything, so what did it get you? This idea that's still going to get fulfilled somehow? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. You're just married to this dumb idea that you won't give up because you're patterned. Because without you're not a person. You're just stuck as a pattern, and this pattern acts like what? It's unhappy to get happy. And that it's right, and it's going to get fulfilled. That's all you are, that pattern. If you take away the pattern of that, what are you? Well, that's the mystery. That's the real identity, but you're not a separate one. Without ego, there's only God. So without your ego, there's only God, as you are. Even with ego, there's only God, but you don't get to realize it. That's the problem. So this idea that you're struggling to give up and accept that you're not going to get fulfilled by the world's just a bunch of crappy ideas. Get on to it. Be powerful. Say, that's crap, that's crap, that's crap. Boyfriend's crap, girlfriend's crap, having a baby's crap, having more money is crap. Go to another country to see their crap is crap. People are crappy. Crappy things happen to good people, bad people. It doesn't matter. People's houses are burning down in California. Didn't matter if they're good or bad. It's all crappy. Why is it all crappy?
Because it is.
Because it is. Crappy. Now, if you had to imagine a really great world where experience was delightful, would you imagine any of this stuff?
No.
If someone said, I'll pay you $200,000 a year to imagine a world where all good stuff happens, would you imagine this stuff?
No.
Now you're saying no. So, but you're trying to get fulfilled here, and you're trying to struggle with that. Because that struggle is your identity.
Right.
Without that struggle, you don't have an ego. You don't have an identity. Without an identity, what do you got?
God.
Just God. Just happiness without nothing, without any qualification, without any conditions. So that's why you have the struggle, because
Creates my identity.
it creates your identity.
Yeah.
The ego is just what? The pattern of seeking happiness with all these sucky ideas. You don't have any better ideas than anybody else, do you?
No.
So the world is as sucky because you live in it too as an ego. You're not better than what the world is right now. You're not particularly a lot worse either. You're just involved in all these sucky ideas that everybody else is participating in as identity. Stop participating in those ideas. See, the world is sucky, and what's left?
Truth.
Lots of time to do practice.
Practice will go kaboom!
Yeah.
You know, instead of like little dribble, little dribble, little dribble. I feel a little relaxed today from being myself and seeking. When you say myself, who are you referring to?
Crazy pattern.
Yeah, the crazy pattern that wants to try to get happy. So you think there's a separate one who's going to figure all this out and figure out how to get happy and be happy. No, that separate one is the one that's perpetuating this whole drama of seeking to get happy. That's the fake, false you. The pattern of seeking to get fulfilled. That's the fake, not real you. Never existed. It will never exist. It's an illusion. It's the dreamer. When you wake up from the dream, you go, "That none of that was real." So you're not real yet. How do you get real?
Let go.
Detach from that.
Yeah, see, the world sucks. That what you're doing sucks too. Everything sucks. But not the kind of suck where it's just like, poor me, I didn't work out. Shouldn't suck for me. Not that one. That everybody's in the same leaky ego boat, doing a pattern of ego pursuit that cannot be fulfilled ever. It's all based on lousy, crappy ideas that there's happiness somewhere else through some experienced object, person, sexy stuff, whatever, somewhere else other than. It's not in the false idea of you. It's not in the false things you do to get happy. It's just not there. So I can imagine why you're struggling with this. It just seems, I don't know. It just seems like the strangest thing ever, since you've already had transmission of not being the ego seeking happiness, but being free with an open heart. You've already seen and experienced that with me over and over, but then you go back to your corner, into your room, and you bring up like, oh, maybe I can get fulfilled. Maybe there's something to get fulfilled. Or why can't I get the teaching to get fulfilled? No, you can't get the teaching to get fulfilled. You don't get anything. You just stop getting. Trying to get somewhere and get something. You just stop all of it because your heart says, this all sucks. Don't do it. Give up. Just totally give up. It's not giving up to a great nothing that's just going to eat you up. It's giving up to
The lies.
the conscious light that you are, the heart that you are. So when you take everything away, at your deathbed, everything's going to go. All those people you were mad at, all those people that you loved, all those great things you did, all those things you didn't get to do yet, whatever, all the boring stuff, all the, aches and pains in the body, all the aches and pains from the people you know, it's all going to go at the end. So what was the whole adventure about? You said, well, I did all that. Thank you. I got fulfilled. I'm on to the next thing. Goodbye. Are you going to say that at the end? Why not? If you're all doing it for fulfillment, you should be at the end. Pat should be the most fulfilled person in the room. Because she's the oldest. She's been at the experience thing a long time. And she should be like, I don't get any of that. I do want to get happy. I do want to experience. I better hang out with Pat. She'll show me how to do it. Why? Why aren't you? You can't imagine you're going to get to the end and say, yes, I achieved fulfillment. It was great. Yes, now I'm done with it. On to the next game, whatever that next game is. Why don't you see your death like that? What's not working is that you're not getting fulfilled. And asking enlightenment to fulfill you is not going to get you fulfilled either. Because enlightenment has no relationship to the ego I who's trying to get fulfilled. So you have to give up all the bad ideas, including the ego I, the separate one, is real and is true and is going to win at the spiritual life and game. To have real humility would be to know that, any second my death is, and it's all going to be taken away. None of, there's no way to get fulfilled, and it's too late now because I'm dying, so what does it all mean? And you just get really scared and you go, God, please help me. What if you were at that moment? Really? Well, you really are at that moment. God is helping you. But you're like, too busy trying to work out your happiness and experience. And oh yeah, this practice. So that's the backdrop if this doesn't work out. That somehow what's going to work out. If experience doesn't work out, I'll have spiritual life in my pocket. Yeah. Right? That's what you do. But look, it's just crummy ideas. The world is crummy. You've been crummy in it.
Yes.
You've done crummy things.
Yes.
You've gotten a little pleasure here and there. And that's all it mounted to.
Yes.
That and staying alive and, doing what's required to stay alive, right? That's all there is to it. What if you went to another planet and every day there was almost not enough food? You just barely had enough to get you through that day, but not enough to really, make you stronger or anything. What would that life seem like?
Absolute hell.
What's that?
An absolute hell.
Well, this is life you're living because you're not going for the heart.
Yeah.
Right.
So your heart's only getting a little tiny bit every day, but not enough to actually get rid of the ego I and see its fallacy and see its bullshit and see that the world sucks.
Like the Matrix.
Yeah. You're being dulled. So is it a terrible thing to feel that the world is unfulfilling and it sucks?
No, it is what it
Is that so crushing?
No.
Frees you up.
Well, that explains why work sucks. That explains why the government sucks. That explains why everything sucks.
That's why.
It's not fulfilling. Why does everything suck?
Because it's
Based
Because
on
just
point of view.
biology
Yeah.
alone is difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just trying to stay alive and keep your body in a good rhythm. That's hard. That sucks. Just everything you have to do just to be physically here. 100 degrees for 3 months. Arthritis in every joint.
Eating, living,
Bad
breathing.
sinuses. Right?
Yeah.
Everything, Just being physical is hard enough. So to burden it with trying to make it feel pleasurable all the time.
Yeah. And then through a way that's not pure at all either.
Yeah.
It's just objectification.
So why do people act like it doesn't suck?
It's a consolation, a lie.
So say you're a woman and you realize, well, I'm not that pretty, so that's working against me. Oh boy, that's going to suck an entire lifetime and not having any good looks whatsoever. That's the physical, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So the physical is rough because why? You just got what you got,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Kardashian.
Then you got everything.
You're plastic surgery. That's the money can buy.
Extra.
Read all about it.
They got it good.
Nope.
Nope. Everybody's suffering. And then you're age. So even if you got all the looks, you're physically very attractive, then you age. Oh my God. But don't even think that you're going to actually die, too. Your physical body that you cut it on to give you pleasure and happiness is not only is going to age, it's going to actually fucking die. And everybody you care about loves going to actually fucking die. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is unbearable. I can't think about any of this ever, at any time, whatsoever. Why not?
It doesn't make anything, clearly makes no sense that you're trying to get fulfilled then.
Yeah.
Tells you how nuts it is.
Yeah. Well, that's why, because the ego doesn't have any logic to it. The ego is insanity. It's not logic.
That's insane.
It's insanity because all the assumptions are wrong. It's insanity. The more someone is egoic, the more they seem insane, don't they?
Mhm.
That nothing what they're doing or saying makes sense. So ego is insanity. It's not a form of insanity. It actually is insanity. So if you notice, let's see, a lot of you have been living with each other, right? And you listen to his bullshit, her bullshit, and go, oh, that doesn't even make any sense. How many times have you thought that? About some explanation they've given about something? How many times?
Million.
Yeah.
So instead of like, insanity is the ego. So this thing and this person you want to get fulfilled is just a form of insanity. Based on very bad ideas that aren't true or real. That are not enlightenment. They're just the condition of humanity. And without the divine coming here to show you what that condition is that you're in, you just go along with it like robots. That's all you know. That's all you've been programmed for. No one has any individuality to do anything different. Everybody's exactly the same thing. And then when each person tries to talk about what they're doing, everybody's like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. That's dumb. Do I have to listen to this? You can't go through one conversation a day where someone's not just saying some stupid, crazy, phony shit, right? Everyone's a phony. Why? Because they're being an ego. Ego-I.
It's like Big Brother.
Yeah, everybody has a strategy, but none of it works, does it?
All crap.
It's all crap. So get radical. Just don't buy into enlightenment a little bit, but buy into the ego's going to get enlightened a lot. The ego's not going to get it. This whole idea of your separate one and how it's going to get fulfilled or how it's going to be made happy by pleasure, it's not going to happen. You've experienced the full range of pleasure many times by 12. Or 20, or 30, or 40. So what's going to happen is going to be different. What are you putting your hopes on? Just the next little pleasure that comes along.
Yeah.
Next hit.
I'm gonna be more open next time.
What about right now?
Ooh, ooh.
It's like I said when I started talking, I just can't imagine what you're talking about struggling with that the world is not going to fulfill me. Like, no one gives a shit about you.
Yeah.
No one
No,
cares
it's
about
totally
you getting
stupid.
pleasure or happiness in any way, including the opposite sex, including your daughters, your mothers, your sisters, your brothers, the government, Obama, whatever. No one cares. And so what does that mean?
It's not part of what's happening.
Yeah. So check out what's really
also-
happening instead of the false happening. The
Right.
false eye creates a false sense of what's happening to make it seem real, but it's not real. What is bliss of being? When there's no contraction there. What does it feel like? Not you sitting around going, oh, it feels so good, so much pleasure, oh, it feels so good. It's not that. What is it?
True happiness.
personal.
What's that?
True happiness.
What's true happiness?
It's a free,
Yeah,
Simple.
free.
open and free.
No ego.
Yeah. So what is it to be happy without ego?
Relief.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Relief.
Well, like I said, tell the story after I was living in Harrisburg and I just started teaching and I was on a bus and I looked at everybody and everybody's like, no, some kind of contracted state of unhappiness. And I went, this is before I felt responsible for the whole world. I didn't feel responsible for the whole world yet. But I don't feel that way anymore either. But I just looked at everybody and I got out of the bus and I went, my God, it's only God, because this is a fucking nightmare everybody's in. Why is everybody in that fucking nightmare? Because they won't come to the truth.
Yeah.
Why not? Why is the truth so unpopular?
Because everybody's doing narcissism.
Yeah.
They don't want to let that go.
Yeah.
Everybody's insane.
Gazing
Everybody's insane, because
Yeah.
insanity is ruling the world right now.
at the phone replaced the pond.
Yeah, the phone replaced the pond.
Selfies. Yes.
Yeah, insanity is what's going on now, and so Adida came to break the spell of insanity, the spell of ego, and he did it. And whoever's here can live free of ego, but they have to what?
Do part of this.
Not be crazy.
Not be crazy. Not be
Yeah.
insane. Stay with it. Stay with him. Stay with me. Not leave. Not go out to seek something else, to get something else. Because that seeking is the reinforcement of the ego. And the ego is insane. It just thinks like it's going to go out there and get fulfilled because right now, in our country particularly, there's a lot of prosperity. Even poor people can have cell phones and TVs and ice cream. So, it's crazy. So we're all dulled. You're all dulled by it and unwilling to inspect. That just physical existence alone is difficult. It's not pleasurable being a physical animal at all. Hardly at all, is it?
Hardly at all.
You're out in the sun trying to play volleyball, huh? That must be awful, right?
But they give us water, so it's not that bad.
Yeah. But yeah, how many times did you physically suffer today?
Many.
Many.
Woke up with allergies and scratchy eyes.
Yeah. So on top of just the physical, there's a lot of suffering to it. You're trying to look for your getting fulfilled by these experiences. What vehicle do you have to use to get fulfilled by this very physical thing that you're suffering all day long with?
I feel like a cripple trying to get fulfilled. It's like, oh my God, nothing even works. I need to do this.
I know, it's kind of pathetic.
It is.
That's why I just say, you guys been given everything, and you're still struggling with what? I don't get it. I won't get it anymore. I don't have that kind of empathy and sympathy. I'm too far away from the state you're in, and I am not living an empathetic life on a daily personal basis with it anymore. So it's just really hard to get now. And the world, what's going to happen to the world of people? They don't begin to wake up.
Get crazy.
It's going to just be more insanity.
Yeah,
It's just the
gotta be
karma of
insane.
insanity is going to produce a bad result.
Yeah, we're insane.
We don't have to be responsible for all the whole bad result of everything. Leave that up to the divine. You just have to be responsible for you living free of that insanity. You don't have to struggle with trying to get fulfilled and trying to accept that you can't get fulfilled. There's no struggle in that. You're just what? Not accepting it yet. For some reason. Enlightenment's too big for people. If you want to be enlightened so you're going to feel better about everything, then enlightenment's not for you. It's big. You're not going to fit in this world anymore if you're enlightened. You're going to be bigger than infinity even. You're really big now. What is it? For me, to be contained in this little box called the earth is so far been what's going on, but it's my duty right now, staying in the room with you, staying with Adida in this form of this room, because I'm still here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, here's your hope, so come on. Instead of saying, I have another day to what? Think about it.
Be crazy. Yeah, be crazy.
Another day to be insane. Do the best you can. That's going to make the difference. If it's not making any difference, because you're not doing your best yet.
Mhm.
Yeah. What's doing your best?
Not
Yeah,
too
right
moment,
now.
What's that?
moment by moment loving you.
So. Anything else?
Oh my gosh.
You're the only reason I see sanity. I would see no sanity without you.
No sanity. Yeah, that's true. But don't let me just be your sanity.
And
Be
that's
your sanity.
starting to
Yeah.
just be heard.
Yeah, this circumstance is not going to be here forever, and if you outlive me, this bodiness here, then you'll be
Need
lost.
that, yeah.
You
Need-
won't know how to be sane. So practice now, not later. And don't practice. Actually do it. You know. So it's easy. If you want to love, you don't look towards life to say, well, this is okay, get through this, get through that, no, just try. The very idea that's a struggle is because you're so egoically insane still. Once you lose your insanity, it will just seem you're with the divine. And
Beautiful.
you're living in that. The divine is living your life. See, I'm you, unrealized. So it's up to you to realize. God is everyone as they are, but unrealized in their heart because they are ego identified. So that's why you have this thing called the sadhana. So you have to see that you're unrealizing every day by being you, not God. By being you as you are without God. So if God is living with you as you are, that means you're letting go of the you, the ego I. And at one point you're just going to realize that there's no ego left. There's only God living here. And then that whole dream of the ego, you say, oh, that was just a dumb dream I had. I can't even remember that anymore. What was that? Oh, that's dumb. Who cares? It's just like some insane version of yourself. That's not really true, so that's what you're going to get, your sanity back. But as long as you identify with the insane assumptions of the ego I, and the ego I trying to get fulfilled and seeking an experience, you're just ignoring what your actual experience is. That you can get fulfilled, and that it sucks. That everything sucks. Why is it so hard to say that everything sucks?
Programming that you're being negative.
Yeah, but egos are so insanely negative.
It's like PC.
Why can't you be right about the thing that actually really sucks and call it what it is?
Just fear-based kind of response.
So if you give up on being an ego I trying to get fulfilled because it sucks, oh my God. So you want to feel that you're positive,
Yeah.
but your insanity, ego I is insanity. The assumptions it has of its separation, of its search to get fulfilled, of its search in inexperience, its fear of death, it's all insanity. So where's the positivity in all that?
It's not really that.
Positivity sucks.
There you go. Positively so. So you gotta be radical. You gotta be a revolutionary. Not just a nice little old lady or young man. There's nothing nice about spiritual practice. That's why you like Star Wars and all the warrior stuff, right?
Guns.
Guns.
No, power.
Courageous.
Power.
You have to be powerful to do this practice. Not some benign, nice little guy.
Not a Padawan.
What's that?
Not a better one.
You gotta be powerful. Powerful with all the fake, phony ideas that suck. You know, we all have in common that we're physical and we're all gonna suffer that. And we suffer it every day. It doesn't matter if you're a baby to the day you die, you're gonna be suffering something physically every single day of your life.
Yeah.
So why do we act like being a physical person is the means for perfect fulfillment for?
Wrong
It's part of the
investment.
crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's insane logic.
Yeah.
We just hide tiny little things and make them into some special, incredible meaning and fulfillment, and they're just little things. So, alrighty.